A good Friday evening, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late with this, but usually on Fridays I like to give you a little more in-depth look at the upcoming weather pattern. And we'll go ahead and start here. And this is the GFS 2-meter temperature anomaly, how far from average it is, and also sea level pressure. I want to talk about a backdoor front that is actually right down there Saturday. And that's why I do think the clouds will start the day with a good deal of clouds, and then clouds will break for some sunshine and high pressure up to our north, and you can see that cool air. Now, often when I see a high building to our north like that, and we have the isobars coming out of the northeast, we usually get some cool air moving on in. And I do think that's going to be the case. Not outright chilly. I mean, let's not forget where we were. We were in the 80s. We're going to be down in the 70s and some days in the 60s coming on up. Look at this, actually, Sunday morning with a clear sky, light wind. It's going to drop off. Temperatures here in Pennsylvania, anywhere between 6 and 10 degrees below average. Look it up in New England, interior New England. Actually going to get their first frost. Not going to happen here, but I want to show you. This is the NAM 4 kilometer. Look at that. It actually hints at some 30s in north central Pennsylvania, in rural north central Pennsylvania. And we also have, it's showing low 40s in parts of Center County and in the 40s down to the south. So it is going to be a cool morning. Now, that moves on out. The one thing I want you to take a look at here on Monday. All right. Now, Monday we have a high pressure system moving off the coastline, and often we get a flow from the Atlantic Ocean ahead of the way there. And what that's going to do is it's probably going to keep us with a good deal of clouds. That front does bring probably does bring some more in the way of rainfall back into the area later Monday, just in some scattered showers. And boy, we do need the rainfall. That front moves through, another dry air mass moves in for the middle of next week. Overall, we're going to get into a pattern where we're going to see temperatures below average. Here's the GEFS comparison to average. There's average right there. And yes, we're going to have a cool down over the weekend and early next week when we have the clouds. Temperatures hovering. Most of the members below average. You're just seeing some above average. I want you to also look at longer down the range. Yeah, we're going to have milder weather. But I do believe what I said on the air, we're taking a step back. Where we were in the 80s, we're now in the 60s and 70s. There's still going to be some warm days, but we're not going to have widespread 80s for a while. Could see a few days in the 70s later in the month. I definitely could see that. All right, sneak peek into the Wintercast. I'm always looking ahead. Here is the ocean temperatures. Things I'm keeping an eye on are the a couple of things. The warm water that's off of the East Coast. I always talk about warm water and how that could actually enhance some precipitation. And I do think that may actually help the ridge try to hold on off of the eastern United States. Also keeping an eye on this, I have to look for some, similar years in the past where we have the cool air, cool water off of the west coast, but still have the blob of warmth. A lot of people are talking about the blob of warmth there. The only thing different, I'll take you over to a couple of years ago. Let me see if I have this on here. 2014, hang on one second. I'll get it. Here we go. Here's 2014. See how that blob is farther to the east? I'll take you back to today. 2014. All that warm water over the west coast. Now we got a little cooler off of there. So what that may mean, a blob usually promotes a ridge in Alaska and tries to send cold air into the United States. Maybe this year, unlike a few years ago, it was dumping into the eastern United States. It may dump more into the central United States. Something I'm keeping an eye on. Wintercast doesn't come on out until November. I'll have all the details there, and I'll have all the details of your weekend forecast, all the specifics, coming up on WTAJ News at 11.